River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long.
All right, everybody. Look who's back. We're back on the mics. We're hot. We're, 6 weeks without an episode? Something like that. But we are finally back. Hello, everybody. Thank you for your patience. We are Niner Nuts. I am Dan here along with Eric. Still can't point, right? No James on this episode, but James will return when we are back on the mics. Eric, how are we doing?
Doing all right, Dan. Doing all right. Glad to be here.
Yep, it has been a long, and very, very hot summer. I don't know.
Yeah.
Your neck in the woods as humid as we were the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, it feels like HE double hockey sticks out there.
Okay, you should be getting some relief because we finally got some relief here in Indiana.
It's beautiful today. It rained a little bit, but other than that, it's great today.
Okay, that's good. That's the last 2 weeks were just the absolute worst.
Yeah, yeah. The air conditioning unit just sits there and just keeps constantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the power bill is gonna be donkulous.
Yeah.
Come 2 weeks from now. But anyway, guys, we are back. We couldn't be away from the mics any longer. And we're going to tease you a little bit because no, we are not doing a training camp episode now. Not too much Niner news. Maybe we'll dedicate the last minute to the biggest Niner news that actually did happen. But the real meat and potatoes of this episode is going to be talking about quarterback rooms that we think are not in the best spot coming into the season. There's a lot of quarterback battles that are going to be happening over the next 5 weeks. And one of them is actually not going to be highlighted on Hard Knocks because I just remembered that it's the Bills that are on Hard Knocks. And their quarterback situation's fine. We ended up not getting, by the way, did you notice we ended up not getting an off-season one because of the whole Bill Belichick thing?
Yeah.
Listeners that don't know, it was supposed to be the North Carolina Tar Heels, and it was too late to get another one, so that's why we didn't get an off-season Hard Knocks after that whole debacle.
Yeah. Bill Belichick's girlfriend said no.
Yeah. Well, she opened her mouth, and the Tar Heels said, we're good.
Yeah, pretty much.
But anyway, quarterback rooms that are looking a little shaky is what we want to dedicate today's episode to. And we're doing a little bit of a different twist on this. Eric, you have come up with quarterback rooms that you think are in a mess.
Yeah.
And I will be reacting to it and adjusting, thinking where I think they should be ranked. And I have a couple in my pocket, if you don't bring them up, that I'm excited to see if the 5 I have on my phone are the same as the 5 on yours. Or did you have 5? Was it? Do we agree on that name?
You'll have to see.
Okay, I have 5, so we'll see if they all come up the same.
Yep. All right. So yeah, the premise is I'm going to give you my bad QB rooms in no particular order, and then it's up to you to rank them in what you think are the worst to the least worst to the most worst, I guess would be the way to phrase it.
Yes, I've separated my list. I just the ones I have in my pocket because I misunderstood the assignment. I'm putting yours to have here so I don't lose track of them.
All right. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So the first one goes to the hometown Cleveland Browns because they have 5 quarterbacks on their roster. And anytime that you have 5 quarterbacks on your roster, then you have no starting quarterback. This team is a total mess at the most important position in the organization. They've got Flacco, they've got Pickett, they've got Dylan Gabriel, they've got Shedeur Sanders, and then they've still got Deshaun Watson. Even though Watson may not play this year, they're still being cagey about that a little bit.
I will just throw out, I would not be surprised if he ended up, they're going to drag it out to not make this decision until they have to, but it's just, he's going to be on IR. I don't think he's going to be PUP. I think he'll be straight up IR.
Well, we'll see. I mean, it depends. I think it depends on how well any of these other quarterbacks do during the season, because I think if they all just stink, then I think they might be like, well, what's the harm in trying to bring Watson back? So,
yeah, Achilles will have the final say on that.
Yeah. Well, hey, Aaron Rodgers came back from his Achilles fast. So, I mean,
that's true.
Joe Flacco isn't getting any younger or better than he was 2 years ago when he went on the magical run with the Browns. His numbers were basically the same last year in his few starts with the Colts than they were with the Browns. Pickett has never done anything to prove that he can be a viable starter in the league. And then you have 2 rookies battling it out for a spot on the team. It's just a complete mess. Training camp there has been a mess for them at the quarterback position. You've got the rookies aren't even getting any reps with the number ones. It's just a disaster. So that's your first bad QB room.
Even if you take Watson out of it and just focus on the 4 that aren't injured, there's not much I can add to that. Like, you've surmised it very, very well. 2 very inexperienced rookies, a career backup trajecting in that way, I should say, and then Flacco on the back 9.
Yeah, well, I like the back 3.
Yeah, it's not good, not good. What's your number 2?
Well, now we'll go to your home team, Dan, and the Indianapolis Colts. Because again, if you have multiple starting quarterbacks, you have no starting quarterbacks. You have Anthony Richardson Sr. and Daniel Jones there, and then 2 backup guys, Riley Leonard and Jason Bean. I think we're going to see the coach go back and forth on the starter multiple times there this season, maybe even in the game, depending on the situation. Anthony Richardson only completes 50% of his passes, and only when they're 20 yards downfield. Yeah. Danny Dimes doesn't complete anything that isn't a dump off. So maybe the Colts think they can merge them into one like super quarterback. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. So they both run really well. I mean, Richardson gets hurt every time that he runs, but they both run well. So I expect them to run the Navy offense this year and just sweep everybody and triple option everybody to death, because neither of these guys can throw the ball at all. So I don't see how on earth they're going to actually have any sort of resemblance of a starting offense. I mean, Richardson's done this for 2 seasons now and hasn't accomplished anything resembling what would be a starting level quarterback play. Daniel Jones had 1 season where he was like, all right, and parlayed that into like millions of dollars. Good on you, kid. But he hasn't done anything else since. So this is also just a mess.
Yeah, I forgot they got rid of they had a backup last year that they clearly let go because neither of the 2 names that you said rang a bell.
It was Joe Flacco.
No, the 3rd stringer.
Oh.
I'm forgetting his name. It wasn't either of the 2 that you just said, but so I mean, I don't even have thoughts on those 2 guys. Like, you just strictly look at it's Jones and Richardson. Like, they're really betting that Richardson gets that fire under him from Daniel Jones, which is funny that like the fire is supposed to be Daniel Jones, because that's what's frustrating about this team is that they have so many skill position players that are amazing. They just got that really great safety from Minnesota. They got Charvarius Ward from us, and by accounts that I've seen, he's been having a great training camp. The defensive line is above average with Buckner, and then Zaire Franklin, he's really good at linebacker. Like, their defense is solid. And then the offensive line, like it's gonna be a little different. They lost two starters in free agency for big money, but it's still not a bad offensive line. Then Jonathan Taylor's behind him, Pittman, Downs, and Pierce. There, you could make the case that if they had better quarterbacks, their numbers would look so much better. And they complement each other very, very well. The deep threat, the true number one, and a very shifty slot guy when he's not hurt, because he does get hurt. But all that together, the most important position for literally the last like 7 years has just been meddling, and just the one good year that they had in the last 7 was Phillip Rivers' literal final year because he retired.
Yeah.
And Jones and Richardson, I want Richardson to do well. I just don't know, though. I really, really don't know. None of us do. We're expecting the worst, hoping the best. Because with Jones, we know who he is. We saw his ceiling, and it was above average, but that was like 3 years ago now, was it? Or was it 2 years ago?
2 years ago.
And he's not 2021 Phillip Rivers. Like at his best is still not 2021 Phillip Rivers, and that's the best that the Colts have been in 7 years. No, it's not. There's not much reason for optimism. I don't blame you for putting him on this list.
Yeah, they're not looking good. So, next QB room, staying in the same division. Now, picking a little bit, but the Tennessee Titans.
Oh,
so
okay,
now,
okay.
You know, you gotta really hope that you hit on a number one pick. And so far, right now, what I've been reading out of the Tennessee Titans training camp is Ward hasn't looked great. He's made some interceptions. He's been throwing picks. He's been looking a little behind. And so if he's a miss, this quarterback room is a mess because Will Levis is hurt and he's out for the season now. So now there's Brandon Allen and Tim Boyle behind Cam Ward. And
okay.
that doesn't get you very far. So you'd like to see a strong and savvy veteran behind him there in case he's needed. You had Will Levis. That's nothing. And like I said, he's gone now. So if Ward plays as well as some of the rookie picks from last year, then this will turn out okay. And I'll be wrong about it being a bad QB room. You know, if he comes out and plays as well as Drake May or, anybody like that, then that'll be fine. But if he falters, the Titans are going to be picking number one again.
Yeah,
because this team is not very good around him either.
When in this exercise, looking at as a whole, that's not a great room. It's not, because even the best number one overall picks, like,
it's a 50-50 crapshoot.
Yeah, it's even more amazing 13 years later how special 2012 was and how that ruined the way we gauge first round quarterbacks. Maybe that just shows my age and how young I am, speaking relative to this. But 2012 really, really screwed the gauge up and the expectations for first round picks, because Andrew Luck and RG3 just truly were unreal. And all the picks after that, Jameis Winston, Mariota, Jared Goff, Carson Wentz, the list goes on and on. It's basically like trying to reach that bar. So I don't want to bash on Ward until we see him, but the fact that it's such an unknown, he is truly just the unknown variable right now. And the guys that are behind him, Tim Boyle, I don't even think's had a start. I don't even remember him, honestly. And then we know what Brandon Allen is. Brandon Allen is just, he's great in film sessions, but on the field, just not. There's a reason he's always been a career backup. So no, for the purpose of this exercise, I don't blame you. Like, that is a very, very bad quarterback room, a very uncertain quarterback room.
Yeah, I mean, if we look back, I'm trying to look here really quick at quarterbacks. This list.
first round quarterbacks.
Yeah. So I mean, like if I go back to like 2005, you have Alex Smith.
Well, let's not forget, Alex Smith looked like utter crap for the first 7 years.
Yeah, and I mean, even when he played with the Chiefs, he still was just a game manager. I mean, he wasn't great still.
Yeah.
You have Jamarcus Russell. You have Matthew Stafford. Okay, he was good. You have Sam Bradford. You have Cam Newton. Newton was good for a run.
Cam at his peak was pretty damn good.
Yeah, but his peak didn't last very long.
Yeah,
I'm saying. You have Andrew Luck. Okay, he was good. This thing says Winston was a number 1 pick. I don't think Winston was a number 1 pick.
Jameis Winston was number 1 in 2015.
Okay, well, there you have Winston.
And then Mariota was number 2 right behind him.
Okay, so then, I mean, Winston is fun, but he's not great, right? I mean, he's
the only quarterback to have a true 30-30 season. The only quarterback that the coach had enough patience to let him throw 30 picks and 30 touchdowns.
Yeah. You've got Goff, you've got Baker, you got Kyler Murray, you got Burrow, you got Trevor Lawrence, you got Bryce Young, you got Caleb Williams, and then you've got Cam Ward. So I mean, I just named you.
That's batting over 500 overall.
No, Alex Smith. I'm gonna go back and name the good ones out of there.
Oh, I thought just the one. Just those last 5 that you said. I was saying those newest ones that are less than 5 years old have all been pretty good except for Bryce and Trevor.
Yeah, I mean, Kyler is okay, I guess.
Yeah, he's the new Dalton line.
Yeah. So I mean, but out of those that I just listed you, so going back just to 2005, I mean, out of those quarterbacks that I listed you, how many of those number 1 picks panned out? Not very many. 5 maybe out of that list?
Yeah.
5 out of 20 years?
If we look at the rings, like if we just wanted to judge on the ring, Stafford's got a ring and
that's it.
Wentz technically does, but he didn't start that game, obviously.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, that's not great. When you look, when the goal is to get a ring and only Stafford does.
Yeah. Yeah. So not looking particularly great for Cam Ward and the Titans.
Yeah, I still want to see. Like I don't want to wholly throw.
Oh yeah, no.
But this exercise, how's the quarterback room? No. With Tim, between Tim, and Brandon, that's not a great. No, that's not a great room.
Our next quarterback room is the Minnesota Vikings.
Ooh,
We've got J.J. McCarthy, Sam Howell, Brett Rippon, and Max Brosmer. I'm sorry. I totally butchered his name. I feel bad for that.
Okay.
So to me, starting a rookie QB who didn't see the field his first year because of an injury doesn't ever make me feel at ease. There are going to be a lot of adjustments for him to make and to learn, and he's going to be really rusty. Plus, you don't know if he can actually hold up in an NFL game. Howell is at least a decent backup who I would personally enjoy seeing throw recklessly to all of the Vikings receivers.
Okay.
Because he at least put up crazy numbers when he was playing in Washington.
That's okay. Interesting.
So,
Minnesota's not in my back pocket list. That's really interesting though. Because maybe I just got caught up when McCarthy, like he was great in Michigan and he's going to be carried by Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson and Jet, like, but that's an extremely fair point. This is more or less going to be his rookie season.
Yep. And he's coming off of an injury. You don't know if he can even stay out of being injured. And so we'll see what happens. But I just think that you're putting a lot of eggs in one basket there when you got a guy like that who, suffered such a tough injury his first year. And then you're just handing him the keys and saying, go get it the next year as a rookie. I think that's putting a lot of pressure on a guy. And then you don't really have anybody. Like I said, they at least have Sam Howell behind him who has some starting experience and wasn't terrible.
And
So
O'Connell is a phenomenal coach.
yeah.
And luckily it's not truly, he's been coached by him for a year already. Like, no, you still need to get on the field, but he's lucky he does have a coach of the year talking to him in the headset.
Right. But if you're telling me that his coach is going to help him by sort of limiting him from making mistakes, then I'm going to tell you that the Minnesota offense is going to really suffer, because to me, that Minnesota offense thrives when you're flinging the ball around and getting those receivers that all you mentioned and those playmakers involved. If you're telling me that I'm going to run the ball a bunch and throw a lot of short check down passes and do a lot of stuff like that to protect JJ McCarthy, then I'm not opening up the explosive aspects of my Minnesota Vikings offense, and the whole team is going to suffer because of that.
True. No, very, very true. And just not being, it depends on his comfortability, because how much did he actually get to practice while he was healing his meniscus? Like,
Yep.
no, that's some very fair points that I did not. That's funny. Of all these, like, they took more attention than Minnesota, but no, that is some very fair points on them.
So that's the Minnesota Vikings room. The next quarterback room is really absolutely atrocious. And it belongs to the New Orleans Saints. Maybe they didn't know Derek Carr was going to retire. I don't know. But it seems like asking this kid who's a second-round pick to step in and be a starter is less than ideal. You've got Tyler Shaw. I don't even know how you say his name.
Tyler Shaw, not Shaw.
It might be Shaw.
Is it Shaw?
Yeah,
I know
we'll
it's
say
spelled
Shaw.
weird.
It's Tyler Shaw for the purposes of this podcast. Spencer Rattler, Jake Hayner, and Hunter Deckers in the QB room. Spencer Rattler at least has a cool name.
And he had a couple starts last year.
Yeah, and they were all real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, the last QB I know of to come out of Louisville was Lamar. So maybe this Tyler Shaw guy will be amazeballs, but seems unlikely. The rest of these guys are just bodies needed to fill out a 53-man roster. Like I said, at least Rattler has a cool last name. This quarterback room is just atrocious. I don't know if the Saints are going to win more than 2 games this season.
We both had the Saints. You nailed it. There is not an ounce of real veteran. Like, when the most veteran player you have in that quarterback room is a second-year quarterback that had, I think, 3 starts.
Yeah.
That's not good.
No.
I don't blame Derek Carr for retiring after all the injuries he went through, and like, just the Saints are just spinning their wheels. Like, they are perpetually stuck in cap purgatory. They hang on too long to guys that they shouldn't, and vice versa. Like, they should have traded Alvin Kamara for a bunch of picks. They should have tried to trade, I think Jenkins is the name of that linebacker. They should try to trade him for some picks. Like, they need a blow up, but they're stuck in cap hell, and they just, I guess they're using that as just like a reason to try and keep this roster together that's not going anywhere. And you're throwing 4 quarterbacks that have no experience into this hot mess. It's how is this going to work? How low can the expectations be for the Saints?
I don't know. I should. Well, when we get a little bit later into the podcast, I'll check to see what their win total is for the season on DraftKings.
Oh, it's got to be like 4. It has to be 4.
Yeah.
That's no. You and I are on the same page. Like, at least putting them on the list. And I don't know if I tip my hand, but it's not a good situation at all in New Orleans.
It's real bad. Real bad.
And it's not even like the Colts, where there's a bunch of skill position players that can elevate and help a little bit. The Saints have like 3 total skill players. There's Olave, if he doesn't get his 7th concussion. There's Alvin Kamara, who's just barely younger than me. And then Cam Jordan is older than me. I mean, he's still a baller, but he's getting long in the tooth. Same with Jenkins. He's kind of old too. Like outside of those 4 players, they don't even have fun people to sell jerseys for.
And I got to think that you have to figure that like Olave and Kamara are probably going to be trade targets at some point in time, I would think.
Kamara should have been last year when he was holding out for a new contract. Like they should have really just cut their losses and traded him.
Yeah, I would think so.
They're not. They're stuck in. They're never that bad though. That's the thing. It's like a slightly worse version of the Steelers, where like they're gonna somehow end up with like 5 wins, which will knock them out of the top 5 pick. Like
this team's not winning 5 wins. Oh gosh, regular season wins.
That their line has to be 4. I'll be shocked if it's higher than that.
It's 4.5. Yeah.
Ooh, called it. Told you.
Yep.
That's the right line to put it at.
I would probably take under 4.5 on that. That team's not going to win 4.5 games. There's no way.
No, you can't have your expectations lower for the Saints, I think.
No. Well, the last quarterback room that I have, you name dropped them just a second ago. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey.
So,
okay.
They of course have the big splashy name in Aaron Rodgers. They also have Mason Rudolph, Will Howard, and Skylar Thompson. So now, the Steelers, they didn't even have Rodgers until about, like 2 months ago now when I wrote this. And so I'm not exactly sure how much he really wants to play football this season anyways. He was very mediocre last year. He had 6 sub 200-yard games and only 1 game over 300 yards. And that was with a significantly better receiving core than he's going to have in Pittsburgh. Feels a lot like he just wants to collect another check, and the Steelers got left holding the bag. Rudolph isn't going to win you anything of significance if Rodgers is done, and you can't expect a ton out of a 5th-round rookie in Howard either. This room is a total mess.
That was not a shared one of us either. Like I guess I got blinded by the Rodgers being signed. But no, he's an injury risk now that he's had a torn Achilles. And again, the exercise, what's the whole room? It's a free fall after that. We know Rudolph is a career backup, like clearly great in the film room, but just average at best. And then it's a rookie. And who knows what Rodgers is going to look like. Like, it's fair to wonder if he's going to be any better there than he was with the Jets, because they have no receiver. They have a decent tight end, and they got DK Metcalf. And that's it.
Well, right, but to the point is that if you just look at the rosters, right, and you compare them last year, the Jets had Wilson, Adams, Lazard. I don't remember who their tight end was.
That's a great question. I can't remember either.
But whatever. They had those 3 receivers. Those 3 receivers are all, with the exception of Lazard, better than DK Metcalf. So I mean, the receiving room is a drop off going to the Steelers, and he was already not great with the Jets. So you're telling me that somehow he's going to magically be better with the Steelers when all he has is DK Metcalf, and I don't even know who the other receiver is for the Steelers?
No, that's fair. The
Rodgers
Steelers need to temper their expectations for sure.
And Rodgers doesn't throw to the tight end.
Nope. So that guy that they just paid, I can't remember his name, but I know the Steelers paid him. He's going to just be a blocker because Aaron doesn't target tight ends.
Yeah. So, I mean, he's not going to get anything. He's not going to get anything accomplished.
No, I'm glad we did this exercise because our lists are pretty varied, but like you said, I need to rank those. While I'm working on that, what other thoughts did you have on the Steelers? Because it sounded like I was stepping on it a little bit.
Oh, no. I mean, I think that, obviously Rodgers gets a lot of hype and a lot of press because of who he is and what he's done in the past. And I mean, that's fine. But I just don't think that there should be a lot of optimism for him for the season. I mean, he's 41, I think, years old going into this season. I mean,
that sounds right.
I mean, he's a high injury risk. The Steelers' offensive line isn't great. I just don't see how they can expect him to be significantly better on this particular team when he wasn't great on the Jets last year. And the Jets offense was literally tailored to him with the players that he specifically wanted on that team. And he still couldn't produce numbers. And you're telling me that he's going to produce numbers for the Steelers? I just don't see it happening. I'm going to look see what the Steelers are, as a matter of fact, too.
Okay. The Steelers are going to be 8. The Steelers are going to be 8 because of Tomlin.
Of course they are. Yeah.
Don't even kid yourself. He hasn't had a losing season like since he started.
Yes. It's over 8.5. Yeah.
Yeah. No, there was no way it wasn't going to be 8.
I would take the under on the Steelers too. I don't think that they're going to do it.
This would be the year to do it. This definitely would be the year to do it. Because no, all those points are very fair. Like, we can't assume that he's going to be healthy. And then if that happens, no, the new backups are not good. He doesn't have 2 starting, I'm using that generously with Justin Fields, but 2 starting caliber quarterbacks this year. He's got 1 and then nothing. And this one, he's 41. And there's very good reason to believe that he doesn't care about football anymore. Because, I mean, I bet deep down he kind of doesn't.
Yeah, I mean, for him to, he had personal stuff going on. He was getting married and everything like that this year. I mean, I get that. That's fine. But
Did he get married this offseason?
Yeah, he did get married this offseason.
Oh, I did not know that. Okay.
Yep.
Good for him.
But I just don't think that his heart's in it anymore. And so I think that he's just going to find himself. I think he's going to get about halfway or so through the season. I think we're going to get to a point in the season where Will Howard plays, is what I think we're going to see.
You are a Nostradamus when it comes to some things. And I honestly, this is going to be one of Mike Tomlin's biggest tests, because he loves dealing with drama. He loves having these players and getting the most out of them. This will be the ultimate test for him.
I think that the Steelers will just be at a certain point where they're just too far gone. They'll be 3-11 or something like that. And they'll just put Will Howard in and be done with the whole thing. And that'll be Aaron Rodgers' thing. He'll be done. He'll be, his final season, he'll end on the bench.
That'll be his send-off.
Yeah.
How glorious.
I think so. I think that's how it's going to end up, because they're just, maybe he'll get to play in the last game just for the sake of playing in the last game, whatever. But I just think that the Steelers are going to be a total mess this year. I don't see how Rodgers can elevate this team, even though the defense is going to be better than what he had in New York.
Ooh, is it though? Well, the Jets defense is pretty good.
It was until Saleh got fired, and then once Saleh left there, it crumbled last year. It wasn't very good after he left.
Yeah.
So I think the Steelers defense will be pretty good, but I don't think that is going to help him much on the offensive side of the things, other than maybe some decent field position.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, for sure. Okay, so I have them ranked.
All right.
I will go from least
sucky to most sucky.
Yeah. I honestly, it's how I am. I'm looking a little big picture too. I can't help myself, but the rooms that worry me least to most. Ooh, excuse me. Honestly, the Vikings room worries me the least.
Okay.
I'm honestly there is reason obviously to worry about all these rooms, but the Vikings one, with Kevin O'Connell there, really, if Kevin O'Connell wasn't the coach, I might put them a little higher, but I think that's the right coach, and that GM, they work very well together to get that roster as good as possible. They got some pretty damn good play out of Kirk Cousins. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not that. Yes, if JJ gets hurt, like I'll have egg on my face, but I'm least worried about the Vikings.
That's fair.
The Colts, I'm not worried. I really like Shane Steichen as a coach, and I really think that roster can help a little bit, but and I want to give Anthony the benefit of like it's another year, like maybe he'll take that step, and then Daniel Jones, his floor, we know his floor is not as low as Richardson's was last year, so they won't get that much worse if they have to go to Jones. Like, but no, I mean it's not a great situation at all. It's really not.
Okay.
But no, they have so much around them to get them to succeed. It's just going to be really disappointing if either Jones or Richardson can't take advantage of that. Next I'm putting the Steelers because no, that's not.
All right.
This last one we just talked about, that's not a great situation. This is really going to be a hell of a test for Mike Tomlin to get, well, one, keep Aaron motivated. It's just keeping Aaron motivated because if you don't have Aaron motivated or winning, like the season's already going to be screwed. But then, yeah, your backups aren't going to do anything. Next, I'm putting the Titans.
Oh, all right.
The Titans, that's just not a good situation. It's really not. There is two more teams that I think are projected to go worse than the Titans. But I don't know anything about Ward, so I want to be a little bit kind of that, but at the same time, it's this exercise, like, and I just can't help but look at the roster too. The roster's not that good as a whole. So I don't know. I hope for the best for this rookie. Like,
yeah,
but as a whole, as a whole, this is just these next three I can say are all just, this is not a good year for you guys. Just go ahead and plan on having a top 5 pick.
Yeah, I want the rookie to succeed. I want the rookie to do well, but just statistics tell me that he's not going to be the answer. I mean,
yeah. No, it's probably not going to go well. It shouldn't go well by all measures. And yeah, as a whole, this room as a whole really sucks. He doesn't really have anybody of experience to like help guide him. Like he doesn't have a Carson Wentz, or I'm trying to think of it. He doesn't have a Fitzpatrick in there. He doesn't have an Alex Smith in there. Like,
yeah,
it's the young leading the young. So no, that's not a good room at all. Number 2, which will expose who number 1 is too. My number 2 is actually Cleveland. Cleveland, we've talked to death about Cleveland already. Just, it's not, this is bad. This is really bad. 2 rookies, a very bad career backup, and then Joe Flacco with 2 of the wheels have fallen off him already.
Yeah.
What do we expect out of all this? Shedeur Sanders is not gonna, by accounts, he's the 3rd quarterback. He might be number 2 now because I think Pickett's dealing with a hamstring pull.
Yeah.
So if the season started today, he was supposed to be the 3rd quarterback, but now he might be number 2 by default. And Joe Flacco is your number 1 quarterback. And then Dylan's just off the radar. Like, this sucks. This sucks being a Browns fan this year. None of these quarterbacks are worth getting excited about. But even worse, if you were keeping track, the Saints are in the worst situation out of these that you pointed out. What else can you say about it? There's not the best case scenario is mediocre play from any of these quarterbacks. The Saints are in the worst spot.
Yeah. I mean, we don't even know how to pronounce the guy's name.
Yeah.
I mean, what's that tell you?
This is not good. And I'll just throw my 2. We had 3 of my 5. You had 3 of my 5.
Okay.
But 2 of them, and full disclosure, I don't have the backups here too, but I thought 2 teams that were in pretty bad situations were Miami and the Jets.
Oh yeah.
I think Miami's in a bad situation. Even if they still have Huntley, I can't remember if they have Huntley. I should have looked up who it was, but any backup quarterback that has to any backup quarterback that has to come in for Tua, because Tua just seems destined to get hurt all the time, has to deal with a worse roster than they had last year. So just by virtue of backups typically being worse than the starters, that's why they're the backups. I don't know. I'm worried about Miami because they've historically not had great backups, and I'm assuming this year they don't have a great backup behind Tua.
It's Zach Wilson.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yep. So no, my somewhat blind adding them to my list is, Zach Wilson's not gonna. Yeah, you're in trouble. I mean, you're already in trouble because Tua likes to get hurt every year, but yeah, Miami's situation is not great. And then the Jets situation, does it even matter who the backup is when the starter is Justin Fields? Do you get what I mean? Like, if Justin Fields is already day one starter, they've already named him the day one starter. Like, does it matter who the backups are?
Yeah.
Your ceiling with Justin Fields, and that's just not cool. You got a new coach that should get that defense straightened out because he ran a good defense with the Lions, but your number one quarterback is Justin Fields.
Yeah.
That's not much optimism for Jets fans.
Yeah.
But those are the only two that I had that you didn't mention. I also had Cleveland, Indy, and the Saints.
I almost included both of those. I didn't include the Jets because Tyrod Taylor is Justin Fields' backup, but I was like, oh, he's actually pretty decent for a backup. So I was like, I would
take Tyrod for a backup. He's really smart and he's actually pretty capable.
Yeah, I was like, that's not a bad quarterback room if I think about it. I mean, like you said, I mean, Justin Fields is what he is, but then you've got Tyrod Taylor behind him. I was like, that's not terrible.
He will give him a lot of experience. I'm sure they will have great quarterback meetings, but again, Tyrod sustaining an entire season just doesn't happen.
Oh yeah.
And then same with Justin. Justin's ceiling, we saw Justin stealing last year with the Steelers, and it was average at best.
Yeah.
Typically mediocre. He's a poor man's Russell Wilson. It's not great if you're a Jets fan.
No.
And then Miami, it's not so much the skills in Miami. It's just, the skills when it comes to Zach Wilson, but it's just Tua's going to get hurt at some point. Let's not kid ourselves. It's going to get hurt at some point. Zach Wilson's probably going to start. What's the over under on Zach Wilson starts? I bet his line would be 4-2. Honestly, it sounds, I'm being such a dick, but no, I bet Zach Wilson's line would be 4. I wouldn't be surprised if Zach Wilson started a month's worth of games.
I would be interested to see Zach Wilson start and play for somebody who wasn't the Jets, because I don't know if Zach Wilson is terrible. I don't know.
He never played last year with Denver because Bo came out of the gates so hot.
Yeah. He won some games for the Jets, and the Jets were not good.
Yeah.
But he still won some games, so I don't know. He might not be really bad. I'm not saying that he's good, but he might not be really bad. He might just be average.
He's got a very creative coach in Mike McDaniels, and he's got Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill to throw to. If he might be all right. If he was given the opportunity, how could he not produce some numbers? With those two weapons alone. I can't remember who the running backs are that he could toss to, because they got rid of they let go of Mostert.
He's got Achane still.
Oh yeah, they still got Achane, who's really, really fast.
Yeah,
super fast. No, Mostert's with the Raiders now, if I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember.
I think Mostert's with the Raiders. Don't quote me. I can't remember. Thought he was. I just know that he was really, really pissed when the Dolphins let him go.
Yeah.
But no, that was fun. That was a fun exercise.
Yes, that's enjoyable. I enjoy that.
Know who's not on our list? Our team.
Yeah.
Because we paid Purdy, and thank God. And his direct backup. Oh Jesus, remind me. Why am I spacing? Who is our direct backup to him? Because we let Allen go. Do you remember offhand?
Oh, it's not Tanner Mordecai.
Oh, he's in training camp right now. Oh, it's Mac Jones.
Yeah, Mac Jones. Thanks.
That's right, because we all made the jokes that Kyle finally got him 5 years later.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. Well, I think with that, this would be a perfect time to give a little shout out to our sponsor, still with us, going strong, Royal Retros. What is Royal Retros? It is your go-to place to get yourself an authentic throwback jersey. Whether it's football or any of the other major sports, baseball, basketball, soccer, they got you covered. And if you're a Bay Area fan, presumably you're listening to us, then you need to go check out their Candlestick collection. It is curated with the Bay Area in mind. And when you find something that you like, use the promo code Shady Sports, and that'll get you 10% off of the entire order, not just those select items, 10% off of your entire order when you use the promo code Shady Sports at royalretros.com. Again, it's promo code Shady Sports to get 10% off of your entire order at royalretros.com. Go get yourself an authentic throwback jersey today. Also, guys, we are selling t-shirts, and we're selling t-shirts with a cause. That cause is to help women and children in need in Kentucky. And it was inspired, the long story of how we were inspired by that is it started from thinking that the league needs some owner accountability, where we're finding out these stories about owners doing terrible things like months and months after the fact, like whether it was something that Tepper did with the Panthers or obviously Daniel Snyder 2 years ago. But we find out in the moment sometimes, like Tyreek Hill, when he got arrested, when he got pulled over, it's clearly a double standard. And so we think that owner standards need to be higher, if not the same, as player standards. So we designed these t-shirts inspired by that feeling, and all the proceeds are going to be going to this wonderful women's shelter, Mountain Comprehensive Care Center in Kentucky. So our first shirt is just the slogan you see in the ticker below us: owner standards over player standards, hashtag owner accountability. Go get that trending too. But you can get that in a lot of different colors, a lot of different styles. They're made to order: long sleeve, short sleeve, hoodie, whatever you like. Pricing starting at the pricing was there. I think it's $22.99, but yep, there it is, $22.99. I just can't read. But anyway, the next shirt is our logo. If you want to wear a t-shirt of our it made to order as a hoodie, long sleeve, crew neck, and pricing again starting at $22.99. The alternate logo, I think, looks best in red like this. James has this. He looks great when he wears it, but it's got the goalpost and the peanuts on it. It's a very cool alternate to our logo. And then the last shirt is our mascot. If he comes up, it's a mascot of a peanut eating a bowl of peanuts in his Niners hat, patiently waiting for our first preseason game in a couple weeks. Now that we're through the long off season, again, all these shirts made to order, and all the proceeds will go to Mountain Comprehensive Care Center in Kentucky. And the link to both the center and the store are in the show notes. So with that, we got just a last minute here. The only real notable thing of Niner news, so to say, is that our wide receiver, Juwan Jennings, is in the midst of a hold-in. Last I heard, he was dealing with a calf injury, so he hasn't been practicing too much lately. But I had a feeling, because last year he signed a 2-year contract, and the guaranteed money was a lot. Like, for him, it was a lot. It basically doubled the money he was getting in 1 year versus the last 4 combined. So, but now he's in the contract year, which you usually get a new contract, and he's probably, I haven't seen any concrete numbers come out, but I could imagine that what he's asking for is high-end number 2 money, which that bar with T. Higgins is $29 million. I think you'd be silly to ask for that much, but if he was looking for, say, like a Chris Godwin money or like that 22 million. We just saw Cortland Sutton sign a 23 million a year contract. I'd imagine that Godwin is trying to look for something like that, because no, he's not a true number one, but he's vastly outplayed all the contracts that he's had up to this point. He's proven that he, kind of like Purdy, was a diamond in the rough from the 7th round. So playing for, I think his actual cap hit's like 7 million this year, isn't it? Or like 10 million?
It's like 7 or 8, yeah.
So when you are only one getting thrown out of a game away from 1,000 yards, and you were the de facto number one last year, and starting this year as the de facto number one again, because Pearsall's hamstring keeps getting pulled, and Brandon is probably starting the year on PUP because of his knee, and you're only going to be playing for $7 million. Like, he requested a trade, but we don't fulfill those. The only one we even tried to fulfill was Jimmy, and we only didn't pull that off because no one wanted him for our asking price.
You mean no one wanted him?
Yeah. So no, like I don't know. Does it seem unrealistic, the numbers that I threw out there compared to Godwin and Sutton? Like, would you also think that's what Godwin's asking for?
I think that Jennings is probably asking for something around that. I just don't think the Niners are going to pay him that. I don't think they have any intention of paying him that kind of money. I don't know that they can pay him that kind of money. I mean, I suppose you always can. I mean, they seem to be able to make, I'm always flummoxed by how teams have no cap space and they're like, oh, we just paid a guy $100 million over 4 years. And it's like, how did you do that? You have no money.
This specific year, I think we managed to have 45 million like right now, but it's always thinking long term, like, because the cap, it's got to count against the cap at some point. Like, it's not when the money gets into their bank account, it's how it's accounted for in the cap. So, like, maybe down the road, like, I don't look that far down, but right now, like, if we just paid him 20 million up front, we could right now. But it's always that long term you got to think about.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they can look into doing how old is he?
I think he's 28. Or maybe he's 27, because he's been in the league for 4 years. I think this year's year 5, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me see.
Juaun, I think is how you spell his name.
I just did Jennings. It was easier that way. He's 28.
Mm-hmm. This is the peak of his peak years. Like, next year he's 29. The year after he's 30. And so far in his career earnings, he's probably only made, mainly because of last year, I bet he's barely made $30 million.
I don't even think he's anywhere near that. I don't think he's near like 15 million, to be honest.
So no, trying to get your bag after having a just short of 1,000-yard year last year, and even with the numbers not showing it the year before, like, he clearly, like, he got his nickname Third and Juan for a reason. He converted like 80% of the third downs he was thrown to.
Yeah. Jeez. I mean, maybe you do like a 3-year deal and do 20 million a year for 3 years or something like that. I don't know.
He can't be asking for much more than that. Like, he's ridiculous if he's asking for 30 or more. Like, that's not happening.
No, there's no shot of that. I mean,
no, him.
So maybe you do a 3-year, $60 million deal and pay him that way.
Or literally mimic Godwin's 66 over 3. Like, there's no way. I would fire the agent if his agent's not asking for like at least, or highball at 25 and accept 22, 21. Like,
I don't know. See, I just wouldn't pay him either, but that's me.
Well, that's a wholly separate question, because I'll agree with you there. I don't think we're gonna budge. I don't think John's gonna budge and trade. I think John is just gonna dig his heels in and make him play on that $7 million.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Is I would let him play and then say, fine, we're gonna try and re-sign you next offseason, or we'll let you walk, and that'll be it. Because I'm not convinced I'm a big fraidy cat of 1 year statistics. And last year was just an anomaly for him. Now, granted, he got more opportunities last year than he typically has, and he appeared to take advantage of those opportunities. But I'm not so sure if that wasn't just like, was it just a flash in the pan? Was it just a random coincidence? Or was that truly who he is? I mean, let's face it, he was a 7th round pick, damn near last pick in the draft in 2020 for a reason. He didn't exactly light the world on fire in college. So, I mean, what is he really? And so I think I'm letting him play, and I'm going to take my chances that he either plays and does great, and we are the beneficiaries of another great season for him on a really cheap contract, and then he walks next year, and we're like, well, guess that happened. Or, they could always franchise tag him.
Yeah, that's always on the table.
Why
not sign him to, like, on paper, like a 1 year, $25 million guaranteed contract, but then just pay him $20 million up front as a signing bonus? And
because I don't want to put out that kind of money.
For 1 year, just pay the 20 up front, and then he's $5 million against the cap next year. I don't know if it would work like that, but
no, I don't want to put out that kind of money. Especially if it's just a 1 year deal. If it's just a 1 year deal, then I'm just going to have him play out this year, and I'll just have him for cheap.
Yeah, that's true. No, you're right. There is no incentive.
He's not going to hold out.
There's no incentive for John to give him more money. That is true.
I mean, he's going to play this season regardless. I mean, there's no questioning that.
Yeah.
So, and if he's playing on his last year of his contract, he's going to play as hard as he possibly can for my team, regardless.
Yeah. And then get paid by the next team, because he will be unrestricted next year.
Yeah. So, I mean,
he'll be 29, but
I mean, you don't really want to pay 30-year-old receivers anyways. So, I mean, I'm probably.
But see, that's why he's trying to get his bag now. He knows time's not on his side.
Right. I mean, I agree with everything you're saying as Juwan's agent, Dan. But from my perspective as the team side, I'm probably just going to let him play it out. If he plays this season and because I'm thinking that when my team lines up, I'm playing Brandon and Ricky, and Juwan is third again.
Yeah.
And I can't pay a third receiver $25 million. I just can't. Mm-hmm. Now, I agree that, yes, in the meantime, Juwan is going to have to step up and be 1/2 or 2/1, however you want to look at it. But, we all have to step up and do more sometimes on the team when people get injured. That doesn't necessarily mean that you get a whole bucket load of money to do that. So
true.
I'm just letting him play it out, and if we lose him, we lose him. I mean, that's just the way that it is.
Yeah. We'll just have to see how it goes. That is all the time that we got for this week, guys. It is wonderful to come back. Again, thank you so much for your patience while we just took a summer off, basically. But we will come back with some semi-regularity, obviously more regularity as we get closer to the season. But it's exciting to be back. We obviously were taping this during the Hall of Fame game. So congratulations, whoever won.
But right now, Chargers are up 14-7, 5:31 left in the second.
Okay, there we go.
Nobody of any significance is anywhere near the field in this game.
Oh, of course. I had to tell that to somebody at work today that I could care less about the Hall of Fame game. That's why it didn't bother me to tape during it.
Yeah. And then we did have our little news bite today that McLaurin has requested a trade.
Yes, Scary Terry, kind of like Juwan. Give me money or get me out of here.
Yep.
He has a very good case, though.
Yes,
a much better case.
He has a much better case for getting paid. Much better case. Now, him, I would pay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
even though he's 31.
Yes, I would still pay him. I would give him a 3-year deal, but I would pay him.
Absolutely. No, I agree. He deserves it too. Anyway, guys, that's all we got. We will be back soon. I'm always wrong seemingly when I put a date out there. So we will be back. Obviously, we're getting closer to the season, so we will be back in your ears more frequently. And James will be back too. So until we see you, continue to have a great off season, and it's preseason time. Maybe when we're back, we'll talk about our first preseason game.
Yep.
We'll let you know.
All right.
Catch you later, guys.
Later.
River Road, you got me running way back home. River Road, you got me running all night long. You got me singing some canal boat song. River Road, you got me running all night long. River Road, where have all the women gone? Have they kissed her hand and waved you bye-bye? Have they thought about crossing your double yellow lines? River Road, they love the way you winding